Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about something related back to school and college. So I am going to tell you guys today about my experience working on campus at SDSU. It was quite the experience and it was something. I am never doing it ever. Let's just say that. So if you guys like today's video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And on to the video. I worked on campus at SDSU through the food services, and I applied for a job like online or whatever in the summer before my junior year, and I never heard back from them, and I was like, okay, I just never got it. Oh my gosh, it looks like I'm naked. Okay, and then I got a call from them in November and they were like, hey, do you want an interview? And I was like, yes, I'm broke. Please give me an interview. And I met with like the head manager and they were offering me a position as a food service associate at one of the Aztec Markets. There's like 7 or so on campus and they're just little convenience stores which sell like snacks, and some of them have like real food, like a grill and stuff, and they have them all over campus. Like freshmen always go to them all the time, obviously, and so they were offering me that position. Okay guys, so I just saw on Twitter someone tweeted something about if they offer you the job right at the interview, then it will most likely be a job that you're gonna quit because you're gonna hate it so much. So yeah, this is that. Enjoy. And I would be working twice a week, Tuesday and Thursday, because that was the day that I didn't start class until like 4. And I obviously said yes because I was like, I need a job. So I started like right away, and I had to go to a training seminar. I mean, like get my food handler certificate, whatever. And so I started, and I worked at the Aztec Market at Storm Hall. So that's the one that's with the Aztec grill. So at the time, the manager quit that market. So the head manager of all the Aztec Markets was my manager, which I thought was good at the time. Little did I know, no, that is a nightmare. Anyways, I started, and at first, like the crew leads, they were like pretty nice to me because I was new, obviously, and everyone else was new as well. Like they just got a whole new staff. Like it was weird. And so they were training all of us, and I learned how to be the cashier person, and I also had to stock all of the items in like the shelves, and also I had to put like the prices on everything with like the price gun. And also on some days I would be working behind the grill, which were the worst days of my life. I had to wear a hairnet and gloves and an apron, and I had to like cut vegetables and like deal with sandwiches, and like I hated it. It was the worst thing ever. This sounds like such a first world problem, but I can't exaggerate enough how awful it was. And because you wouldn't know if you were working behind the grill or you were a cashier that day, so they would literally tell you when you first come in, because I was opening, they would be like, okay, you're working grill today, and I literally want to cry. I was like, no, I cannot. And I had to deal with it, and it was fine for like a little bit, and then as time progressed and like I was working there, like first of all, I didn't even work there for that long because it was a nightmare. Second of all, I worked there maybe like 2 weeks or so, and then they decided that I was comfortable or whatever, and if I didn't do something right, like the manager would literally be so, she was a micromanager, she was so mean, like so rude to everyone, and it was disgusting. I was like, why, what is your deal? What is your problem? And even the crew leads, there's only one, no, there's 2 nice crew leads. They were very nice people. But the other 2, I hate that this has become a rant video, but this is my experience working on campus at SDSU. Never again. They would be like snooty to me and like had an attitude. And it was not cute. And everyone's theory is like not a good one, because like it's very like superficial, I guess, but people were like, maybe because it's not because they're not in Greek life and they're like they're salty. I was like, oh gosh, that's a very like stupid reason, but like, who knows? Maybe, I don't know. And they were just always like, they didn't like me. Like, I knew they didn't like me, and I was like, what is your problem? Like, I'm a nice person, and especially when I'm like in a work environment, like I know I'm a nice human being, you know what I mean? It was just not cute, and I was like getting sick of it. Like, I remember one day, oh my gosh, this was what like drove me over the edge. And it was nice though, because I like started working in November, but then we had Thanksgiving break, so I got to leave, and then finals came, and so you like get a different schedule during finals based off of when your tests are, and then you go home for winter break. And I was like, thank God. And then I came back, and this is when everything happened very rapidly. So then come back from winter break, and everyone was just like not good. Also, side note, if it wasn't for the people, the job wouldn't have been bad, honestly. Like, since it was like being a cashier for students, like everyone's really nice to you. Like, there's no like old people that are like rude about anything. If it wasn't for management, I probably would have stayed, honestly. And anyways, so a couple things happened that really pushed me over the edge. First of all, there was one day I was the cashier, and there's like 4 or 5 different like cash registers in this circle for like people to be there, because during like when a class gets out, let's say it gets out at like 10:50, that 10:50 to 11 is the most busiest time of the day. Like, in between classes is the busiest, because obviously everyone's out of class and they want a snack or they want a Scantron or whatever, so it's the busiest. So that's when they make sure that there's multiple cashiers on the cash register. But this time everyone was like lollygagging in the back, because I was the only one that wasn't a crew lead that day. So no one's there to help me, and I'm the only one. And I'm literally the only one, and I'm pushing the button, because there's a button to like ring to get to the back to make sure like if you need help, people will come out and help you. And I kept ringing it because I was freaking out. I was like, there's no one here to help me. I kept ringing it, and no one came. And I'm trying to get through all these people. It's only me. And then my manager comes out of the back. I don't know what she was doing. And she's yelling at me. She's like, Emily, why didn't you press the button? Well, I did press the button. Weird. I pressed it multiple times. No one helped me. No one came. She's like, well, if you pressed the button, someone would have came. I know, honey. I know. I'm aware of that. I know. And then she just goes on to say that I didn't press the button. I'm like, okay, fine. And then it's like sometimes you need change from your register because you run out of change. So the person, you'll give them cash, and the crew lead will give you change because they have to go back to the safe or whatever. And I come back, and there was a massive amount of people in line. So he comes back with the change, and I just put it like underneath, like it's in my line of sight. Like, I know where it is. And there's a billion people, so I'm like, I'm not gonna waste my time to like put it away when I know I've also seen crew leads do this as well. Like, when it's busy, like, you're not gonna not tend to the customers and like do whatever you're doing. You know what I mean? I'm all for the customers, you know? And my manager yells at me and is like, literally yelling at me because I didn't put the change away. And I was like, oh my gosh, like literally yelling at me in front of people, and the people felt bad for me. Like, it was not okay. Like, you shouldn't be yelling at your employees like that, especially when they're college students. Like, that doesn't make sense. And like, there was just so many more things that happened. Like, it was unreal. Like, she was so rude and so mean, and was the worst manager that has ever existed. And you know what's funny? I went back to that market like multiple times this past semester because there's a Starbucks in there, and I always get my coffee, because I had a lot of classes on that side of campus. And every time that I went in, there was new people who worked there, because I bet you they went crazy the same way that I did, because this manager was a psychopath. And I'm not even kidding, the entire staff is entirely new. No lie. So I'm not the only one that had this issue, just saying. And after that, I like had the last straw. I was literally crying on my break because she yelled at me so much. Like, why are you yelling at me? Like, I didn't even do anything. There was one time, oh my gosh, I was like cleaning because she asked me to. She literally asked me to go to the soup bar and like wipe it down. And she yelled at me because she was like, no, you should be doing this. I'm like, what do you want me to do, lady? I can't even. So I remember I was like venting to my friends over Snapchat, and my friend Katie, she like came and like was like, are you okay? I was like, no, I'm not okay. This is the worst thing that's ever happened to me in my life. I'm not even joking about this either. And I was like, I'm quitting. I don't even care if I'm broke. I don't even care if I have no money left. So I did. And I emailed them and I was like, I'm quitting. Goodbye. Completely forgot about this when I was filming for some reason, but actually before I emailed my manager saying that I was quitting, I contacted HR of SDSU Food Services and told them about the situation, and the head of HR contacted me back, brought me in, we had a meeting. She asked me everything that happened. I told her basically what this video is, and did she do anything? No. I was literally in there like about to cry because I was so distraught by this whole situation, and no help. She was like, oh, since she's like the head manager, we can't really do much because she's like has a lot of authority. I was like, great, honey. And she was like, we can move you to a different market, but like she'll always be like above you because she's like in charge of all of them. Good. Thanks, SDSU, HR, Food Services, whatever you are, that did not help me. So, thanks. And the nice thing about working on campus through Aztec Shops is if you don't need to send in your 2-week resignation. So I was like, bye. And I pieced out of that joint real fast. Yeah. So that was my experience working on campus at SDSU. Not a good one. I can't speak for everyone else because I do know people who work like in other places on campus. Like my boyfriend, he works at the bake shop and he loves it. He tells me every day it's like the best thing ever. I'm like, well, I can't relate. She's like, yeah, I get the manager bake us food. I'm like, what? My manager would never. Yeah. And I know other people, they work in like other places too, like in the union and stuff. I've heard great things about working in the union, but my experience that I had working on campus was not a good one, and I won't ever do that ever again. Yeah, that was my experience being a food service associate and cashier, whatever you want to call it, through Aztec Shops, at Storm Hall, Aztec Market. Don't work there. If you get offered a job, I'd do anything else. Because since that manager, she wasn't like the store manager, she was the manager for all of the markets, and I don't think she's leaving anytime soon. So if you get hired there at an Aztec Market, she'll be working above whoever your manager is. And then she'll come in and like, she's the worst. I hope she finds this. That'd be funny. I hope she's like searching on YouTube like Aztec Markets and like trying to find good reviews. No. Not working there, not under her. Tips for you guys, just don't stay at a place where the manager is yelling at you and like it's making your life miserable, because you will go crazy and you'll get stressed out about stupid things in life, and that's like not worth your time. You know what I mean? Yeah, find a better job. I have a lot of friends who have jobs at like tanning salons and like the mall, and they are like fine with it. Like it's a retail job or like a whatever job, but like their managers aren't psychopaths. You know what I mean? So that's all I gotta say. Know your worth. That's the lesson here. So I hope you guys liked today's video. If you guys want more rant videos, I have a lot of ranting to do about. So if you guys like this video or want more videos like this, please give it a huge thumbs up. Comment below maybe your crazy manager story. I know there's a lot of crazy managers out there, so tell me about yours, because I want to make sure that I'm not the only one. Because I know that there's people out there that are crazy as well. And as always, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. I am making new videos every Wednesday and Friday. And until the next rant video, bye!